Welcome, here's a very short video. Most of my videos are getting shut down. I'm getting really tired. It's really hard to keep up the momentum when I'm pushing myself, but not here to complain. I'm going to do this very quick. I saw a girl's birthday. She was 23. She was wearing the shirt of 87. They say 87 is the number for the megahertz vibration that we live within. 87 and 23 makes the 110 tower building. 8 and 2 is 10. 3 and 7 is 10. 110. 23 times 87 equals 2001. 2001, the Twin Towers went down. To continue on, number 74 times 36 equals to 2664, 2664. Okay, if we reverse this around, it becomes 6336, which we see down here. 74 here, 36 here, the 110 floors of the Twin Towers, showing you it fits into the same equation. This is the center, that's why I did not mention it. When you go 74, 7 and 4 is 11. 7, 3 and 6 is 9. 9, 11 happened when 87 floors hit 23 floors, equaling to the year of 2001 of 110 stories of the Twin Towers. What is the center here? It's number 74 again. 74 by 24, not by 20, but 74 by 24 equals to 1776. 74 and 37 equals 111. That would be the roof of the Twin Towers, and also it would be the connection of the roulette board. If I can find it here. Is it on the floor here? There it is. See that area over there? I don't know why it's not showing it. But the yellow squares, do you see the 2 yellow squares? Well, that board comes from the roulette board, and it reads 1776 once I put the center together. Now, where do I get 74 from? I get it from all numbers equally to 5. And here's how it goes. 5, 14, 1 plus 4 is 5, 23, 2 plus 3 is 5, and 32, 3 plus 2 is 5, equals to 74. It goes into the center, okay, box of where number 5 is on your telephone, or J, K, and L adding up to 33 on your telephone. So that's how you get it, and you get at the same time 1776. The other thing about that is 74 times 37 equals to 2738. Now I'm not going to explain that is the complete face of Rubik's Cube and the communication with the 3 major moons. Earth's moon and the 2 moons on Mars make it 3 of the 8 planets that are other than Earth. If you take 2738 and add the 111, the 111 comes from the 74 and 37. 111, it becomes 2849. 49, 7 by 7 is 49, 4 by 7 is 28, equaling to 77, which is hot and cold water in gematria, which is 43 and 34, which is John F. Kennedy and Barack Obama. Don't fool yourself. Even though I think this is the 47th presidency, this is actually 57th presidency. This is actually the 43rd president, because Herbert Grover Cleveland presented as the 22nd and the 24th. So there's some kind of, don't tell anybody, some kind of mix-up with the numbers, because nobody's explaining if the numbers mean anything. When a number falls into place and you're picking a lock, you've got one more section opened up. What else do we have over here? Okay, is that when we go to this side, I'm going to explain the 10-10 world. When we go to this side, 91 and 19, 110, 28 and 82, 110, 73 and 37, 110. That also has to do with Nibiru, and this has to do with the connecting worlds of Mars and Saturn, 46 and 64, 110. They're all 110s. The first part of 110 equals to 440. How do you get to 440? 1 to 5, 6 to 10, 11 to 15, 16 to 20, 21 to 25, 26 to 30, 31 to 36, 35, 30 to 35, 36 to 40, 41 to 45. When you add up 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. And you continue on that same motion, going 5 at a time, you will reach 440, which again is Barack Obama. 440, the 0 of the 40 is 15. So 440 would actually be 4 times 15. So use the second of the part of 44, going 4 by 15 is 60. Now the first part of 44 is 4. 4 by 60 is 240, and that's how many hours there are in a 10-day week. 3 days, 1 day, 3 days. 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1. Anyways, what is it? 6 days, 1 day, 3 days. That's what it is. Oh, there's a lot of numbers that start to come together. At the same time, these numbers that come in here, Ulysses Grant, 98 years later, Ulysses Grant came in. 9 times 8 is 72. And that number, 2 times 7, 2 plus 7 is 9 and 23, and we start all over again at 87. Did you follow me? Might have done that one too quick. There were so many little things, first letters, last letters. Another thing, on the telephone, I went to McDonald's, and on the 1 on the telephone, they put a Q and a Z. The Q is the 17th letter. The Z is the 26th letter. Q 17, 1 and 7 is 8. Z, 26, 2 and 6 is 8. Now, we must remove 26 from here. 2 and 6 is 8. And we must remove 17 from here. 1 and 7 is 8. If we move 17 from key on the bottom here, let me see. Sorry, it's not 4, 5, and 6. It's 7, 8, and 9, just like this one over here. It's 7, 8, and 9. On the 7 key of your telephone were 4 letters. Those 4 letters were P, Q, S, T, totaling to 70. Take away the Q, or the number 17th letter, 1 and 7. They took away the Q, they put it on number 1. The Z, they put on number 1. Q at 17 equals 8. Z 26 equals 8. You got 88 on number 1. Or 8 and 8 is 16. 1 and 6 is 7. Plus 1 is 8. If you go down to number 7, what's left is P, R, S, which totals 53. 5 and 3 is 8. When you go to the 9, the total numbers is 98. Take away 26 is 72. 7 and 2 is 9. So you now have 9 here, 9 here, and 8 here. 8 times 99. 8 times 99 should be 792. Is that right? 8 times 99. 8 times 99 is 800. 792. So what we're going to go to next is, now that I told you all those 8s and 8s and 8s and 8s, this is the way the telephone goes. Okay, you now have 88. On ABC it's 6. On DEF it's 15. The 4th, the 5th, the 6th. These are all the keys of the telephone, leading up all the way to where you get 63 and 24, back to 87 again. Where do we get 63 from? On number 8. TUV, 20, 21, 22 equals 63. Where do we get 24 again? I'm not quite sure. It comes from up here. I'd have to turn it around and mix you up and mix myself up. In the meantime, I'm just going to tell you, just believe me. Believe you. Just believe in it, that it's there. Another thing you want to look at. I want to say number 15, and I'm going to say 15 times something. When I go 15 times something and put it too close together, it looks first, is what it looks like. Okay? The other thing I want to mention, of Q and Z equals 43. Number 1 position now, that's Barack Obama's stay. 43 plus 1 equals 44. One of the reasons we go 43 or 44 is because between 1 and 45, which are the one of 8 angles of the 360 degrees, don't touch 1 because that's touched the beginning. Okay? Pretend 1 is the beginning. Pretend 45 is the end. All you want is 2 to 44, and you've got everything. You don't want anything else. But when we're playing for the end, we make a transfer. New presidents, new cars. We never really fall to the end, and when we do fall to the end, we're in a little bit of trouble. We did this. Okay, what else was I going to do? So we did W, Y, X. So now when we go to Y, which is originally 98, take a look, wait, the Z, making it 72, plus the area is 9. 72 plus 9 equals 81. 981 equals Venus, which is also another mark of 81. I'm going to try and look up. When the Mayan said there was something about a ton, T-U-N, 260, well, 260 days are 260 days of the week, of 52 weeks of the year. And they always talk about number 52. In ton, there are in ton, there are 9 moons. We're running the 9 moons at 28 days. Brings us to 252 days for 9 moons and 8 moons left over. Why is there 8 moons left over? 20 plus 8, T and H, time heaven, 20 plus 8. Because there's 20 more days missing for the moon, and there's 8 days of a remainder up to the, because if I would go 10 moons, it would say 280 days, okay? But I go 9 moons, it's 252 days, with 8 days remaining, and in order to complete the moon, I need 20 more days. So the 20th letter is T, the 8th letter is H, we have TH for time heaven, which is also used as 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, also, it's used for thoroughbred horse racing, and it's also used, the T and H for, was it thoroughbred, time heaven, the word thousand, which in French they say mille, but in French they also say for family, famille, which is F-A, and then mille. Another thing I wanted to mention, the first 10 that we get is ja. That's the first 10 that you get. In fact, it's 11, but it's 10. Then we go to the cycle of, I don't know if it's a back ton, but it's either 52 or 104. If it's 104, it just means there's 52 weeks of Saturday and 52 weeks of Sunday, the beginning and the end of the week. Although actually maybe the beginning of the week might be on Saturday and the end might be on Friday. I'm not going to get into that part right now. Enough with paid holidays and the rest of this stuff to mix us up. Not sure if we're in a back ton or in a ton or oh my God. So now the other thing I wanted to mention just for the fun of it, write the word union and then Zion next to it. Write the word onion and Zion next to it. Just there's a whole bunch of them that you can do. Don't forget, there's things that cannot be done. Like when you want to talk about the 260 in ton, it's 20 times 13. Okay, 20 parts of 13. And on the dartboard, that's it. There's only 20 numbers, plus the center, but that's center to all the numbers, regardless of the misses and the triples and doubles that are added on for the play of the game. And a lot of things happen in 14. 14th of the 4th of October of the 14th year. Now, I didn't say the 14th of October, because October already starts with a 10. It already starts with X and O October, because it's the 10th month, and it starts with an O, which is the 15th letter of the alphabet. XO make 25, which JACK equal to the 25, all the same. Now, where am I? How many moons did I go through? Also, I'm talking about the back ton, or the remainder of 104 days, from the 260 days of ton in the Mayan calendar. I add on the 104 days, because because when I add the 104 and the 260, I get 364, and that matches up to 13 moons. So obviously there's something else, because we're missing 30 hours. And with that 30 hours, I can say at least much more. But try and remind me of those 30 hours, which is 1.25 days. Or, since we get to the 365th day that we count, the 0.25 we don't count until 4 years later. So that means if we start here, in 4 years we're here, we add on the 1 day to get here. 4 parts. How did that 1 day? The first year, we went back 6 hours. The second year, we didn't finish 6 hours. The third year, we didn't finish 6 hours. And in the fourth year, we went to 365 days, and in 1 day, we make the 0.25 of 1 year, the 0.25 of 2 years, the 0.25 of 3 years, and we complete the 4th year with the 0.25 or 1.25 parts in the last year is made up. 1.25 that is missing from the year is made up in the last year, but yet does not reset the moons. Because in 4 years it's an added 5 days, and it's 28 days for the moon. You're only knocking up 1.25, and actually it's 0.25 a year, but 1.25 the distance from the moon. So you need at least 20 years, which gives you 25 days, and then 3 more years, which would give you 28. So you're looking at 20 days would give you 25, 21 days would give you 26 and a quarter, 22 days, 26 and a quarter. 6 1/4. 25 by 25 equals 6 1/4. And if you multiply that by 41, it equals 25,625. Don't think I'm smart or anything. It's just that I went over it 1,000 different times, and I'm going to go over it 1,000 more times. And the more people that come on and get on board on this and ask, the more we can figure out. Another thing I wanted to mention is I'm always mentioning 622.6. So let me speak about 622.6. Let's forget about it. Let's pretend that our week starts on a Monday, which is actually day 2, and ends on a Friday, which is actually day 6. We'd have 622.6 if we're calculating that kind of period of time. There's another thing in the French, they say 80, which means 4 times 80, and that comes out of one of the games we play. I'm not sure. One of them might be Monopoly. This little design is an H, but not only is it an H, if you take a look, it's a transfer exit to another highway. The H connecting roads. There's 10. When you come to 11, when you want to know about 11, there is no 1. The only time the 1 comes out is 2 and 9, 3 and 8, 4 and 7, 5 and 6. 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, Barack Obama, 44th president. By God, chef. By God, chef. Or what do you want to do with it? These are all that associate with 11. And since A can only make it 11 with a J, J11 or Ja, we cannot do it. The A is missing, and all the 1s are here. 1, 1, 1, and 1. What is the value of 1? The value of 1 is 58. Why? Because 1, 10, 19, and 28 equals 58. The other thing about 58 is that 2 geometrical value is 58, and there's a whole bunch of other things, so we're going to drop it for now. I'm not sure what you could have got out of this. There's a whole lot more and other things. I just want to show you one other thing. This over here, 9 times 32 equals 288. 288 equals the day and a quarter after the final moon, equals to 360-degree circumference or turnaround. Sometimes we don't have to get 365 days, 0.25. Sometimes we get just 360. It says we've went all the way around, and we've come to a better number. The number that works, Raphael 7286. I know there's much more, and I'm working on darts, and I figured out and found out a few more things with the guide stones and Georgia guide stones, and then out in Europe with the guide stones. There's a whole lot of stuff out here to work on. I'm going to try and come on here with the next one. The other thing I wanted to mention was we went and we moved over the 2 letters from the telephone. But always and always and always TUV, number 63, and gematria for 12 or 13 is the same number, the creation of the angel resident living within 8 inside of 6. What does that mean? We're in the 8th world, the connecting heavens, the connecting roads. Our mind has to go from up to down and in and out and up and down to come back into us, and then we have to make like we have to figure it all out what's going on, and it happens so fast we don't even notice we're doing it. So we start thinking about it, and we end up doing what I end up doing. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. Happy anniversary to my sister. 25 years. 25 years, the golden wedding anniversary. If you flip 25 around, it's 52. And think of this, YZY, the 25th letter in the alphabet, and YZY, the 27th before A after Z. 25 and 27 equals 52. 52 and 25 is 77, which is hot and cold water, back to Barack Obama, and all the other numbers that are unmixed. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for watching this video.